Good morning, cadets. We are revising the short compositions and we have already seen some of the questions on short compositions. In writing section, you have two questions on short compositions and two questions on long compositions. So in the case of short compositions, you are expected to write within 50 words. Whereas in the case of long compositions, you have to write long answers and it will be in between 150 to 200 words. This year, these questions carry the weightage of 3 marks. So there are two questions, so totally 6 marks are allotted for short writing skills or short compositions. You already know the first question in writing section will be on notice writing and advertisement drafting. So there is an internal choice for you. Either you can write notice or you can draft advertisement. Now let's come to the next question, which is on invitation and reply. So again there is internal choice and either you have to draft invitation or you have to write a reply to the invitation. So there will be formal invitation and informal invitations. Similar way, formal replies and informal replies. But what is very important from the examination point is that usually the questions will be on formal invitations. Okay, so let's concentrate on that. Formal invitations and formal replies. So let's go to this question and let's understand this question well and see that you score well. If you are able to follow the format and if you write well, definitely you will be able to score 3 out of 3. So totally 6 marks you will be able to get in short compositions. At first, let's become familiar with the kind of questions that appear in the examination. Now here in this question paper, at first they have asked the question on reply. So the next question will be on invitation. So let's understand the question. Now attempt any one of the following, that is question number 7. So this is the second question in writing skills in part B. And it is for 3 marks. So what is expected? Whether you have been able to analyze properly, then whether you have been able to use appropriate format, proper format and fluency, expression, so appropriate style and tone, whether if it's a formal one, formal tone, formal style of writing, whether you have followed or your language is very informal, that is what is very important. Now let us read this question. Your doctor stands in, a certified art therapist from Leh. You have been invited by GD Public School, Jammu, to conduct a seminar for students on art therapy, the way forward. So what you do, you have to conduct a seminar. This seminar is to introduce students to the usefulness of art in dealing with personal and social problems. Write your reply in about 50 words accepting the invitation. So you have to keep it in mind when you are writing the reply, you are writing the reply. If you want to accept the invitation, you have to write the reply for accepting the invitation. But if you are declining the invitation, then you have to write reply for declining the invitation. So here you will be able to conduct seminar. So that is what you have to convey to them, that you are ready to conduct a seminar for students on art therapy, the way forward. So understand the question at first and then attempt the answer for this question. So let's go to the next. There is internal choice for this question. So either you have to write reply or you have to write invitation. So in the case of this particular question, at first they are given reply to invitation for accepting the invitation. Now the second question which is there here, B, which is internal choice for this question, that is on formal invitation. So let's understand this question. You are Rukmini or Raja. If you are a boy, you write Raja. If you are a girl, you can write Rukmini. Of R201 Fort Road, Chennai. You have just purchased a new house. You decide to have a housewarming ceremony and invite your cousin Balaji. Write the invitation in 50 words giving all necessary details. Now here you want to invite your cousin Balaji. Now what kind of invitation you have to write? Now here when you are inviting your cousin Balaji, you can write even informal invitation. Not necessarily that you should write formal invitation because you are inviting your cousin. But in the case of formal occasion, you can follow that, and we are going to see both. But formal invitation is very, very important from the examination point of view. Now let's go in detail. Invitations are extended to relatives, friends, acquaintances, and clients on a number of social occasions like marriages, births, engagements, deaths, or other public functions. So invitations are of two types. One is formal invitation, another one is informal invitation. Now while formal invitations are sent for the various reasons which are given there, marriages, births, engagements, dates, or other public functions. Many people also send a handwritten informal invitation beforehand to make these occasions more personal, cordial, and intimate as is appropriate to their relationship. So it all depends upon what kind of relationship they have got. So it can be formal or informal format which will be used here. So replying to invitations is essential. Now reply is also very important. Now we have questions on invitation as well as reply. So replying to invitations is essential. It is an essential courtesy to the host who has extended invitation and also helps the host know how many guests will arrive so that he or she may make arrangements accordingly. So you have to give a reply to the invitation so that the guests will be aware, yes, how many guests are going to be there. So like the invitations, replies to invitations also maybe. So here in the case of reply, you have to see that whether you have to accept the invitation or you are going to decline the invitation. So these things are very important. Formal replies or informal replies. As far as informal invitation or informal replies are concerned, you need not worry about that. It is in the letter form. So the format is just like a letter. Whereas formal invitations, usually the questions will be asked on formal invitations. The language has to be very, very formal and you have to keep that thing in the mind. So we'll discuss about this in detail. Now let us discuss in detail about formal invitations. So formal invitations are sent in official capacity for public functions except in the case of marriages or anniversaries. So usually you will find the cards and all. If a particular occasion or event is in a school, they'll print cards and that will be sent. A simple yet elegant printed card is preferred. Invitations are returned in the third person. Example, Mr. and Mrs. Yes Surendran request the pleasure of the company of Mr. and Mrs. Rajkumar. Note that the English etiquette requires the husband's name to be written first. Example, Mr. and Mrs. Jesus. Now, you avoid use of abbreviations for the names of guests, days, dates. However, the abbreviations RSVP, responsible who's split, which means please reply, is put at the bottom. So this you will find at the bottom, usually in the case of these cards, invitation cards. The subject matter is written in the center setting. Details like address, dress code or any other instructions are written at the bottom to the left or the right as per choice or convenience. So simple and elegant printed card is preferred. So here in the case of, so the language that is used, that keep it in mind. Now what is that? Mr. and Mrs. Yes Surendran. But we have, yes, in our case what do? We write usually Mrs. and Mr. But English etiquette requires the husband's name to be written at first. Okay, and at the end you will find you have to write RSVP, that's please reply. That is what it means. So let's see the features of formal invitation. Remember that invitation should be written in the third person and not in first or second person. Simple present tense is used. Polite and courteous tone. See, you are inviting people, so you have to be very polite, very courteous. And it's a single sentence presentation. So how you present, that is also very important. It should not be written in paragraphs. There's a particular way to write all that. So no signature is required. Dates must be written in letters. You should not use abbreviations. However, date of writing must not be mentioned. So it ought to explain why the party or event is being held. So why you are organizing that party or why that event is being organized. To celebrate birthday or to honor. So you can mention about all that. The reason behind organizing the party or event. Length as per CBSE guidelines is limited to 50 words. It is generally enclosed in a box. So when you are drafting invitation, it has to be in a box. It should answer to the 5 W's. What is that? What is the occasion? When, where, so date and venue. And who is hosting it? Name of the host. Very important on the top. Name of the host. Now let us move on to the informal invitations. We have already seen about formal invitations and let's understand about informal invitations. Now these informal invitations, they are written to friends, relatives and acquaintances. Now the question which has appeared in this sample question paper is on informal invitation, because here it's about what? It's invitation to the cousin. So here when it's to the relatives and all, then it has to be informal invitation. They follow the pattern of ordinary personal letters. So how you write the letter? Similar way, informal invitation. The format of informal invitation as well as replies. So you are familiar with the format of the personal letters. Same format you follow. They are written in first or second person. Remember, in the case of formal invitation, they are written in third person. Whereas this one, they are very close to you, your friends, relatives, and therefore it has to be in first or second person. The style and tone is relaxed and it is very informal. The language that you use is very informal. Then different tenses are used as per the demand. Whatever is required there, that tense you can use it. Whereas in the case of formal invitation, formal language, so therefore you use usually simple present tense. But here in the case of this, different tenses can be used. The letter can be elaborative, explaining the details of the event. So elaborative way you can write that, because you are writing in the form of a letter. You are inviting your close, near and dear ones. Remember, formal invitation is very, very important. Sometimes informal invitations will appear, but quite often it's a formal invitation that appears in the examination. So let's go to that. But sometimes even informal also. That's why you should be ready. But informal, there's no much problem. It has to be in the form of a letter. But formal invitation, you have to study. Now here, who is the host? The principal, staff and students. Now what is the occasion here? Annual function. Now how it has to be displayed, how it has to be presented, keep that thing in the mind. Now first question, who is the host? The principal, staff and students. If it's a marriage, then the family members who are invited, father and mother, it can be written like that. Mr. and Mrs. Mohan Patil. Mr. and Mrs. Mohan Patil. So likewise you can write. Here the principal, staff and students of name of the institution. Sacred Heart Convent School, MacLeod-Ganj or Saini School, Bijapur. Now request the pleasure of your company on the occasion. See here the way it is written. So the font size of letters. Some of the letters bold, some of the letters very small. The language, third person, very formal language. Request the pleasure of your company on the occasion of the annual function of the school. So what is it? The annual function of the school. Then here date, time, venue. So remember the occasion that is there. Then date, time, venue, very important. At 5 p.m. on 5th September 2020 or 2021, any you can write. In the school auditorium, where? In the school auditorium. Then you can leave a line and you can write, you can mention about the chief guest. Sri I.D. Dhiman or Mr. I.D. Dhiman, Education Minister, Himachal Pradesh, has kindly consented to be the chief guest and give away the prizes. Has kindly consented to be the chief guest and give away the prizes. So we are studying formal invitation in detail because you have to become familiar with the kind of language that is used there. And you may lose marks if you don't use formal language. But in the case of informal invitation, it is just like a letter which you have become familiar right from 6th standard. You have been learning about that letter writing. So it is just like letter writing in the case of informal invitation or informal reply. But formal invitations you have to learn on different occasions how we can draft formal invitations that you have to learn. So RSVP is a French expression that you. So please reply. That is what it means. Principal Sacred Heart Convent School, MacLeod-Ganj. Now here, if you want to instruct, then instructions can be given here at the end. Please do not carry mobile phones to the auditorium. Remember that what is there? Entire thing that is there in a box. So keep that thing in the mind. Entire thing is in box. Now let us see the sample of informal invitation. Remember that informal invitation is just like a letter. It is an informal letter. That letter you learned about letter writing to your friends and relatives. So informal letter format. So sender's address will be there 27, the Apple Tree Orchard, Kottayam. Then how the date is to be written, 8th October 2019. Salutation, my dear Naomi. So you can write my dear Naomi or dear Naomi, any. Then occasion, what is the occasion? It's a birthday party. So we are pleased to invite you to the 21st birthday party of our son Vineet. So time, date and venue. at 6:30 p.m. on 14th October at our residence. We hope that you'll be able to come and end with complimentary close. That's yours sincerely, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph. So remember, informal invitation is very easy. It is just like informal letter, but you have to work on formal invitation. Thank you. Goodbye.